So, I've had appendicitis. That definitely throws a wrench into my practice of HEMA. Yeah, so it all happened very fast. So, last week from when I'm filming this, for most of the week I felt fine. And I had even done kind of a HEMA session on Tuesday night and felt fine, apart from like feeling a little off mentally. Mental health issues are great. And maybe had some sore arms because I had been doing some intense drills and also lifting earlier that day. But apart from that, felt completely fine. That Wednesday morning, even beginnings of Wednesday afternoon, felt completely okay. No signs of trouble or anything. Wednesday afternoon, I'd say maybe around 3-ish or so, I started feeling a little sick to the stomach, but I thought, okay, maybe I just ate something dodgy, or who knows, maybe I didn't eat enough. Sometimes that happens if I've not eaten, say, enough protein or anything, so maybe I'll just be fine and everything. Wednesday night, as I was leaving work, the pain got suddenly worse to the point where I actually had to sit down and then lie down, which is very rare for me. Apparently, I have a very high pain tolerance, so when the pain gets to that point, that's not something that you mess around with. So I called NHS 111, figuring, okay, even if it turns out to be nothing, hopefully doctor can just assure me that it's nothing. But the fact that it was not just in my stomach region, but also kind of the lower right quadrant area, I thought better call just to double check. And yeah, 111 doctor's like, I think you've got appendicitis. It might not be, but you need to go to A&E just to be safe. And so I did. I did bring a copy of The Art of Combat because I figured I'm going to be waiting a long time. And I gave it a try. Unfortunately, I only read like the same paragraphs over and over and didn't really take much in. Saw an A&E doctor, had bloods. They said they'll send me over to surgical emergency triage because he's thinking probably appendicitis. Nurse practitioner saw me, thought it was probably appendicitis, and also white blood cell counts were elevated. So that also pointed to appendicitis, and sent me to CT, and somewhere around 3:30 in the morning, something like that, doctor came in and said, yeah, it's appendicitis. So we're going to do an emergency surgery. And even though I always know it as an appendectomy, I guess here's pronounced appendicectomy, something like that. I'm not even sure. I might just call it appendectomy or anything. Either way, my appendix must be yeeted, as the kids would say. Even though it was very unnerving to go from completely fine to being wheeled to emergency surgery in a less than 24-hour period, my friends have been really good, been really supportive, and the staff of the hospital were amazing. The surgery went really well, was keyhole. I was worried that it was going to be an open procedure, which would take longer to heal, but it was keyhole, which is good. The really hard bit, of course, is that when you're recovering from surgery, especially abdominal surgery, it is important to rest. So no strenuous exercise at all for about 2 weeks, and no heavy lifting for 6 weeks. And that includes going to the gym and such. I was hoping that because a fetter and a boffer were both under 5 kilograms, and that's my limit. I can't lift 5 kilograms or above. I thought, okay, maybe I could do really, really slow drills after the 2-week mark and then just save sparring for 6 weeks. But talking to my GP, they were like, because you use a lot of core with HEMA, that's best to just wait until 6 weeks have passed to do any types of swords activity, which, not gonna lie, that sucks. Because in the past, it's been nearly 8 months since I started doing HEMA, and it has gotten me through some really dark times, some really hard times. Like, there have been some weeks or days where things have been really hard, but Once I'm able to swing a sword, things got a lot better. And not being able to do that is really difficult. Now, hopefully I won't go away forever. I have been chatting with people in my club to see if there are some maybe non-swords ways that I can help out, whether that's judging a sparring bout, giving feedback for anyone who's preparing for a tournament. I do have some HEMA cards. I'll see if I can put them somewhere, but hopefully I can use those to have a little bit of fun. But yeah, it is a bit of a blow. I do have to tell myself, though, that, it is weeks recovery, not months. And hopefully, the more effectively that I recover and the more I take that recovery seriously, the faster I'll heal and the sooner I'll be able to start consensually stabbing people again. No, that's a bit grim, but have you. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. And yeah, if you made it to the end of this, give a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions on how to pass this time and fill that, I guess, HEMA itch without actually wielding a sword, leave that in the comments. Because yeah, I've got a ways to go with recovery. But meantime, thank you for watching. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to take a nap because I have done the very strenuous exercise that is sitting upright for a period of time. So, all right.